Good afternoon and welcome back to Asgard and welcome back to our All the Mods server play series. So, if you can't tell, I've been busy building these out. This actually took a couple hours to get the colors and everything how I wanted it. But I'm pretty happy with it. Also, I've been doing a bunch of chisel work. That's a lot of chisels and bits. Like I'll go through phases where I'll just get hooked on it and do a lot of that. So I've been working on this room. I want to try to get this room finished out. I still got to put some facades up and everything. And then I'm also going to do a little bit more decor. I got to do the bottom stripes as well. But I think what I'm going to start doing is focusing down some of the rooms that, like that room, for example, that we're not going to be spending like any time in. After the fact, because I mean that's set up and it's done. Also I started flattening out this area because we're going to start building the house out, and working on the bridge that connects that. I also have to start working on the exterior, and I think I have decided what I'm going to do. I had an original idea, or the original idea that I was going to use for the stained glass. I decided to change it, and I think I've decided on what I want, but it's going to take forever. Like, it's going to take a while. It's a lot of chisels and bits, detail work. So, I'm probably going to start that fairly soon. Kind of dreading it in a way. It's going to be fun, but I'm dreading it as well. And then also, I started working, kind of building out some of the floor and everything for the upstairs. So, but I'm going to start, probably after this episode, I'm going to start working on some of the exterior work. I mean, I've smoothed this out a little bit. I haven't done any accents or anything on a lot of the areas. But I'm going to start doing some fine detail on the exterior a little bit, because I've been working so much on the interior. But anyway, today we're going to be messing with a mod, and it's a new mod. It's actually by the same author that created Roots, and it's called Embers. Now, the mod itself, the main thing you have to work towards, the mod's still very much a work in progress, and stuff's being added and everything. But the main thing that you have to work towards with the mod right now is just a smelter and some ore doubling and stuff, that I'm not too concerned about getting that. But what I want it for is decoration. Because there's a couple things that are added with the mod that are absolutely amazing. And the first thing we're going to want, by the way, is this atmospheric gauge. So we'll just go ahead and grab one of these. But I want to get some of those things for some of the stuff I'm going to be working on decoratively. And then we're also going to want to get ourselves a ember bore. Now this thing takes some of this caminite and mechanical core. We'll need a compass. And we're also going to need some lead plates. So let me get like a bit of lead here. I actually don't have that much lead. And I want to say that we're going to need iron plates. I knew there was another plate that we needed. Oops. And I want to say we need copper as well. So I'm going to go ahead and just grab like a half stack of all of this stuff. And we'll go ahead and set that in there so it starts producing those plates for us. Let me pop up here. I've still got to work on a lot of the doorways and stuff. Like, moving around the base at the moment is kind of not fun at times, but it's coming along. So, as always, I build really big, so it takes a little while to get everything in order. So, I apologize. And then we're also going to want some of this caminite, which takes caminite bricks, which is caminite blend, which is clay and bone meal. So let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and grab like a stack of this stuff and go get this turned over into bricks. So now we just need our arcane bore, or not arcane bore. Gosh, thinking Thaumcraft for some reason. Ember bore. So let's grab that. And then we're also going to want to get ourselves a machine accessor, which takes iron plates. Hopefully those are done by now. Well, it's still working through plates, but it's got iron and stuff done. Enough of it for us. And actually, I need to plug that into my AE system. I may do that after this episode too. I've been doing so much chisels and bits, so I apologize. So the machine accessor, let's get one of these, maybe two of these. We'll go ahead and get two of these. And then Embers also adds its own item transport, so we'll go ahead and do that. I think we could probably use standard pipes, but we'll use this one. So what we're going to want is we're going to want an item pump. Okay, here we go. The mechanical pump, we need Caminite plates, which takes that Caminite blend. So let's get like another stack of that. And then we're also going to want, well, we're going to want the item pipes first. So, all right, and once you get that stuff crafted, what you're going to want to do is use your atmospheric gauge, and you're going to fly around. You don't have to be underground. I just happen to be, because I actually had to seal up this area because of water. But like if you notice right now, it's the gauge is bottomed out. That means there's no ember in this chunk. But if we come over here, you'll notice that it jumps up to about 40%. The best place to get really high amounts is in extreme hills biomes. That's going to have the most ember usually. So anyway, once you find a good patch of ember, you're going to want to dig down to bedrock and go ahead and give yourself a little bit of space here to work with. And you're going to take that ember bore, and we're just going to set it down like right here. And this thing actually has like 5 big blades underneath it. Let me show you really quick. There we go. And by the way, so whenever you break it, you get the parts that were used to make it. So, but anyway, let's set that down. You'll see there's the 5 blades, and they're actually going to spin whenever this thing runs. So, but anyway, got this again. We'll set this down like right here, and then this little nozzle here on the top is your output and your input, but it can only accept one or the other. So what we're going to do is we're going to use our mechanical core and put it onto here, and you'll notice this has 5 nozzles on it. Those are all inputs or outputs that you can use. So then what we're going to do is we're going to take a hopper and attach it onto this. We'll put it here on the top. And to get this thing running, it requires 2 different fuels. And the first thing is going to be any kind of burnable, like combustible item. So coal or wood or, you know, whatever you want to use. I'm just going to use coal for this and throw it in there. You'll notice it starts draining out. It's actually going into the machine. And then you're also going to want to give it gunpowder, which I didn't bring with me apparently. I could have swore I grabbed some, but maybe not. So let me run back over to the house really quick. And, oh, there it is, laying on the ground. Actually, while I'm here, let me dump off all of this junk. Okay. And we'll head back over here, and we'll throw that gunpowder in. It's going to start draining, and this is going to start running. Now, at the moment, there's no GUI or anything for this, so you can't open it up and see how many items are in there or anything. So to get the items out, what you're going to need to do is actually pump them out into a chest. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the item pipes and item pumps from Embers. And the way these work is you're going to put the item pump here, and that's basically your extraction. The item pump is always going to extract. The item pipes are going to insert. So we'll do an item pump and connect it over to an item pipe, and then put our chest here. Now by default, this doesn't just naturally run on its own. So what you need to do is add a lever on there and give it a redstone signal, and you'll notice it's going to start piping out, and we're getting these ember shards. And it'll take a little while to build up a good amount of these, but that's what we're after. So let me actually hop over to the house really quick and get just a chunk loader. Okay, and we'll go ahead and just set up our chunk loader like right here, and 3 chunk radius, that's fine. And now we've got 2 ember shards. So now that we're getting these, I'm going to go ahead and pull these out for now, and we'll come back in a second and see what this has got. But what we're going to do with this, and like I said, I'm mainly going to be using this for decor, but what you can use with these ember, or what you can do with this ember, is let's get ourselves an ember activator. And it's just furnace, iron plates, copper, fairly cheap. And then we're also going to want an ember receptor. That's 4 of those. And we can also get these relays if we want to make them go farther, which we will. Actually, we'll get those. Alright, and then I'm also going to want an ember emitter. And these craft 4 at a time, that's fine. Let me get... I'm going to need more plates. Okay, so let's get our emitter. There's 4 of those. And then we're also going to want a ember gauge, just to make it a little bit easier on us. We can see, kind of what's going on. And I'm going to need paper, of course. And there's that. And then the last thing that we're going to want is the Tinker's Hammer, which just takes lead and iron with some sticks. Not a problem. And that's pretty much your wrench with this mod. It's also how you're going to make plates. You use like 4 of the metal and then the hammer. But there's a better way to make plates, which we'll get into later on. But for right now, we're just going to set it up right here. Like I said, I want this to be more of a decorative thing, like long term. Oh, I forgot to show you the machine accessor. Basically, the way that works, let's pop over here. Oh, look at all the ember. Also, sometimes you have a chance to get these ember crystals, which these are basically just larger shards. They break down into 6 shards, so these are actually really nice to find. I'm kind of surprised we got some. That's awesome. But the way the machine accessor works is you can just plug this on to the mechanical core, and it's going to extend that. So now we could, plug into this, and you can use these to make your machine look a little bit better. Because by default, if you just had this and then the mechanical core, it kind of, it doesn't really match. It doesn't look right. But that's what this machine accessor is for. It's more of a decorative thing. So, and actually I need to put fuel into this, don't I? Let me grab some of these. There we go. Okay, and let me actually, sorry, I get a little bit of FPS whenever I teleport like that. So we'll set up our ember activator, and for right now we're just going to put it right here. And the way this works is if you pipe ember into this, it's going to activate it, and you're going to see it kind of get like burn up, basically, and turn into, instead of being a solid, it's more of like heat, I guess you'd call it. I don't know. You'll see in just a second. But let's get another lever here. And by the way, I don't have any music disc yet, but as soon as I do, I'm going to add elevator music to this. So whenever you get in the elevator, it's going to play music. Or I might do a note sequence. I don't know. Note sequences have never been my strong suit, but we'll see. But anyway, if we throw some ember shards in there, you'll notice that it cooks that up and it becomes like that fire. Ember shard becomes that fire. I guess that's the best way to put it. And then what we can do is we can add on our ember emitter, and we'll just plug it in right there. And what this is going to do is this is going to act as an output for your ember. And so now what we can do is we can say, let's set up a relay, like right here. And we're going to link this up. And the way we do it is we shift right click here and then come over here and right click that. And then what we can do is set up, let's see. Okay, one other thing that we want a copper sail. Now this takes a copper block and some iron and some of that camonite. Alright, so we'll set this up like right here, I guess. And we'll use an ember receptor. Basically this is going to accept ember. And we'll go ahead and shift right click and right click. And we can use this ember gauge, by the way, to, oops, we can put it onto there and see how much ember that has within the system. And then we'll give this emitter a redstone signal, which will allow it to shoot those fireballs out. Which, if you notice, this is what I like about it, is the quality of the particles is absolutely amazing. So what I'm thinking is we may do a system like this. Or no, I don't know why I put it there. I'm going to need an ember emitter to put this out. So what we might do is put, like, say, an ember emitter right there. And there it is. Let me get another lever here. And we'll create like a circuit with this. It's kind of what I'm thinking. So if we, oops, do like that, now you'll notice that these fireballs just make like a constant circuit around. And that's kind of what I want, is not like this specific layout, but I'm thinking that if we had this in, like, for one room that I have in particular in mind that I want to have the system set up is the Abyssal Craft room. Along the ceiling, have those fireballs, or not right on the ceiling, but, you know, kind of up in the air, have those fireballs circulating around the room. Also some other rooms, I'm sure it'll come in handy. I absolutely love these particle effects. I think they look amazing. So what we can do is we can just have like a copper sail or something and relays around the room, and then those fireballs just set up to circulate. And we get these really cool particle effects, which I think are absolutely awesome. Also, there is a couple other things from this mod that may come in handy. Like, there is a beam splitter, so we can actually split these. But there's also this ember lantern, which would use a little bit of ember. Let me see. I'll show you it. It's actually really nice looking. Really, really nice looking light source that we may very well use moving forward. So the ember lantern, you can grab that. And the way this looks, let's go out here, actually. So like right here, for example, it's, you know, it's all mob spawnable. And if we throw this down, you'll notice it's a decent sized light source, and it looks like an actual lantern. I love the amount of detail that went into this. And we can also place this on the ceiling and everything. Let me change up this. So what I'm thinking is we'll use those lanterns, and we'll also use the fireball effects. I think these just look absolutely amazing. This is, yeah, it says it's still got ember in there. I guess it's just not sending it. Maybe this copper cell is filled. Let's see. Let me grab this gauge off. No, that's not filled. But I'm noticing that this is producing extra ember. I doubt that's intended, but we can just, I guess with this setup, we can just infinitely create ember. Huh. Yeah, I don't think that's intended. But, yeah. So that's what I'm thinking, though, is we'll set up a system like that. Like I said, there's additional stuff in the mod. If you guys want to see more, feel free to let me know, and I will definitely do some more. One other thing I'm considering that we'll probably end up using maybe is some Dawnstone. This is actually an interesting block because you can make these Dawnstone ingots. Well, the molten Dawnstone, you can make this stuff like quite a bit of it. If you notice, like 4 millibuckets of gold and 4 molten copper gets you 16 millibuckets of Dawnstone. So it actually doubles the amount of ingots that you get. So if we get into that, we'll get into the way to actually smelt the stuff with the mod and everything. But anyway, I do believe it's just about wrapping up point for this episode. As always, if you guys have any questions, feel free to let me know, and I will do my best to help you. It looks like this is still going up on Ember. I really don't think that's intended. But, yeah. So I guess if you want infinite Ember, just make yourself a circuit, and it will work. But yeah, so I'm probably going to start using that between this episode and next. So hopefully next episode I'll have a room to show you that will actually be utilizing that Ember. So I hope you're looking forward to that. And next episode we'll probably continue with maybe a magic mod, maybe like Botania, because we haven't really been back on Botania for quite a while. Also blood magic and roots we need to finish out as well. So We'll do one of those probably next episode. So anyways, I hope you guys join me for that. And as always, if you enjoyed the video, be sure and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe if you're not already for more daily videos. It's very much appreciated. And until next time, as always, do take care. And I hope to see you guys next time. And let me know what you think about these, like these Hyrule crests on the wall. I'm pretty happy with them. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.